Hi, Bhargav. It's Tuesday, the 23rd of May. Here's the heads up brief for today. For the Southeast Asia production, we covered 13 issues. In North Asia, we covered 5. And for Australasia and the Pacific Islands, we covered 7. In South Asia, we covered 18 issues, plus the major issues in Europe, Middle East, and Africa.
Hey there, can we move on to the major issues?
Yeah. So in Thailand, again, following up on the elections, there has been a complaint lodged against the Move Forward Party, which got the most votes in the elections, over its vow to amend the law that penalizes the defamation of monarchy. There's more calls for the dissolution of the party from conservatives, but this will evoke a pretty strong reaction from the public, given the wide mandate that MFP came in with.
Right, so that's interesting, but they're just asking for trouble by even you talking about the, let me just say, laws. I'm not too sure why are they going after it, because clearly the conservative part of the country is quite vocal and vibrant. They're not going to affect any change by trying to amend it. They're only going to ask for trouble legally.
Yeah. Moving over to Indonesia, Bhargav, regarding the pilot from New Zealand who has been kidnapped since the 7th of February, the director of Suzy Air, which is the airlines that he was flying for, said that there's been no recent information about his release or whereabouts or negotiations. So it doesn't seem like a good situation at this point.
All right, thank you.
And in Timor-Leste, the final count of the preliminary results came out, with the National Congress for Timorese Reconstruction getting 31 seats. And once it allies with the Democratic Party, it has about 36 seats. 33 are needed for a majority in parliament. So this is quite a strong mandate for the incoming government in Timor-Leste.
All right. Are we issuing an advisory or an assessment today?
Yeah, an assessment will be going out later today.
All right, thanks.
Moving over to South Asia, violence has broken out in Manipur again. There were arson attacks in Impal. A curfew is in place across the state. Since the start of the month, over 12,000 Kukis and Maitis have fled the violence.
All right. So this is not going to bode well for the incumbent BJP-led government in the next elections. But beyond that, it's a century-old issue between tribal communities in the state, which again has a religious element to it. So recurrence of violence was very much expected. Hopefully, things will be under control with the deployment of central troops or even the army for that matter.
Right. And in Pakistan, the counterterrorism department claimed to foil a terror attack. In Karachi, they arrested a member of the Bangladesh Revolutionary Army, which has conducted attacks in Sindh province over the last year. The suspect had apparently been tasked with targeting Chinese nationals and popular spots in the city.
Well, that doesn't really come as a surprise, but the foiling of the plot does reflect upon the capabilities of the security establishment. Now, we need to understand Pakistani security establishment is under pressure and they're stretched too thin from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa till the insurgency in Balochistan, while also focusing on internal threats in major cities, including Karachi, Lahore, and Islamabad. Such threats and such attacks cannot be ruled out in the short to mid-term.
Yep. Lastly, Bhargav, regarding Turkey's recent elections, the second round of the election is scheduled for the 28th of May. So yesterday, the person who came in third in the first round of the elections, he has endorsed President Erdogan. So this puts Erdogan in a much stronger position ahead of the elections in which there will be two people.
Yes, they're hedging their bets and they're supporting the strongest man out there. I guess we'll have to see once the second round goes through.
Right. Bhargav, that's the brief for today. Anything else from you?
Thank you. Then nothing from my end.